Welcome to Mass Effect 2, an action RPG created by our friends over at BioWare. The same developer also responsible for games such as Jade Empire, Dragon Age, and more notably of Star Wars: The Old Republic. You might be thinking, okay, that's pretty cool and all, but why did you skip the first game? Well, that answer is pretty simple. I hate it, okay? You play as Commander Shepard, an N7 Alliance Marine and first human Spectre. In other words, a complete badass. Shepard is totally customizable. You can choose your character's gender, appearance, skills, and backstory. Yeah, so all the notable things that happened in the first game are basically defaulted and don't matter. Anyway, you can name him whatever you like and make him look like this. Or you can be a little more creative and make your very own custom Shepard. Like this one. Kinda looks like this guy.
I ain't never seen two pretty best friends.
Wasn't my intention, but still. Then we've got this guy, who kind of looks like a French butler or something.
Yes, sir. Here is your Mountain Dew Code Red as you requested.
And this guy. I can't see. Oh my god. Let's just go with the default Shepard for now. Fun fact, this default character is actually based off of the Dutch model Mark Vanderloo. The default Femme Shepard is just no one, I guess. Couldn't have used Kate Upson's face or something? I don't know. They also got Keith David doing the voice of Admiral Anderson, and Seth Green doing the voice of Joker. So that's pretty sweet. You have your standard set of weapons: pistols, assault rifles, snipers, shotguns, and heavy weapons, like a grenade launcher for instance. And you get to use all of them, if you choose the soldier class. If you don't, you specialize in a certain weapon set. You also have special powers called biotics, which is kind of like a superpower of sorts. This choice is crucial, as it'll directly impact the way you play the game. The game also has a feature where you can carry your custom character into the preceding Mass Effect games, and play your character however you want. But it doesn't really matter. He dies at the end of Mass Effect 3 no matter what. He dies in the beginning of Mass Effect 2 as well, and he comes back to life. Because he's actually Jesus. What, you don't see it? He literally comes back from the dead, saves humanity from basically Armageddon. Not only that, but the game is full of not-so-subtle hints. Like naming Legion after a script right out of the Bible. And his name is Shepard, for crying out loud. Like the Good Shepherd, aka Jesus fucking Christ. Apparently, though, Shepard is named after this guy, Alan Bartlett Shepard Jr., who was the first American in space. Anyway, Shepard dies in the beginning as previously stated. However, he's brought back to life by an organization known as Cerberus, which everyone thinks is evil, which you would know if you played the first game, but I'm just going to gloss over it. You are woken up from a 2-year sleep, if you will, and escape this lab with the help of Jacob and Miranda, these two peeps. Once you've escaped, you're brought to the Elusive Man, voiced by the great Martin Sheen. He also kind of looks like him, too. He then sends you off on a mission to investigate the disappearances of human colonies. To summarize the plot, you are to recruit a team of badasses and stop an alien race from abducting humans and destroying any and all threats to the universe. This evil race are known as the Collectors, and they've been busy liquefying humans to feed a giant human reaper thinger. It's fucking morbid. But before you can attack the Collectors head-on, you have to discover a way to pass through the Omega-4 relay safely, and acquire a crew. The Elusive Man gives you a dossier of potential teammates. Recruiting each teammate will involve completing a combat mission, except with Miranda and Jacob. Jacob's alright, but Miranda's just a big meanie.
To say how much I appreciated what the Lazarus Project did for me.
I just hope it was worth it.
The Normandy is also equipped with this artificial intelligence named EDI, which stands for Electric Divisive Intelligence? No. Energy Drive? Erectile Dysfunction? Idiot? Who cares? She introduces herself when, you get on the ship and shit. She also plays a bigger role later on in the game. At first, everyone's afraid she might be a bit unstable.
You want me to go crawling through the ducts again?
I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees. That is a joke.
As you traverse through the different worlds, you accumulate what's known as Paragon and Renegade points. Pretty much the way of the Jedi or the dark side. These are acquired by saying certain things in conversation or doing a unique action during a cutscene. Like this. Or this.
I've got nothing more to say to you. If you shoot...
How about goodbye?
These points will literally save your life as well as your crew's. Moving forward, I'm just going to refer to these points as PP, for personality points. I used to struggle with this a lot in my first few playthroughs, but basically once you recruit these teammates, they all come to Shepard with their own personal problems. Another PP. So you're basically Dr. Phil with an overshield and an assault rifle. Because obviously, you're choosing soldier, just so you know. Everyone has problems, and you have to help them, otherwise they won't be loyal. And if they ain't loyal, they ain't going to make it through the suicide mission in the end. Most likely, anyways. Them being loyal helps their survival odds, and yours. Dealing with this PP makes up probably about 60% of the game, which leaves about 40 to actual story-driven missions and side quests. And if you don't complete certain missions at the right time, the game can screw you over. For instance, if you don't do Miranda and Jack's loyalty missions at the right time or order, you won't have the right amount of PP to maintain their loyalty. They get into this big-ass catfight regardless. Fucking pain in the ass if you ask me. Ladies. I have enough PP for everyone. Let's just calm down and have a cocktail. It's the same thing with Legion and Tally. And if you don't have enough, PP that is, you basically pick which one dies. No pressure. And before you come at me in the comment section, yes, I understand there's a lot of speculation online about when to do everyone's missions successfully. Hell, there's probably a walkthrough to get the best possible outcome by now. But the whole point is to have a unique experience, so fuck, I'm doing what I want to do, man, jeez. And be sure you don't plan on banging the one you pick either, because that basically screws your chances of getting laid completely. Yeah, sexual relations with your crewmates is a thing. Get that pee-pee up, boys. And this game went through some rough controversy as a result of it. Okay, so I wanted to talk quickly about this Fox News interview. This happened back when the first Mass Effect came out, and basically, these people have no idea what they're talking about, and I was just going to take it apart piece by piece, but it's just so stupid, and the video quality is just shit, so you know what? Just take my word for it. They're idiots. Fuck it. Let's talk about this final suicide mission. So the Elusive Man tells you there's a chance to pass through the Omega-4 relay by recovering the Reaper IFF, whatever the fuck that is. Once you activate it, the Normandy is attacked by the Collectors.
Oh no.
At this point, your crew is captured. Some of them killed in a hilarious fashion, I might add. And you will have a choice to pass through the Omega-4 relay and attack the Collectors, or finish off any other missions you want before you do that. If you go off doing other shit, the Collectors will start killing off your crew. So, better be ready before you activate that Reaper IFF. 'Cause it's a trap! Basically what this means is you'll have to have all your shipmates' loyalty missions completed and all the ship's upgrades acquired, which means you'll have a lot of grinding to do. And not the fun kind on the dance floor. No, I'm talking about this shit. God. So say you did all that and you're good to go. You got all the upgrades and you've survived entering the Omega-4 relay. Hey, the Pillar of Autumn. You've crash landed on the Collector mothership and rally your teammates. You plan your attack and assign certain responsibilities to certain individuals. This segment takes your crew's loyalty highly into consideration and ultimately decides their fate. I thought it was a pretty cool component, and it makes the final suicide mission all the more special and unique, in comparison to the rest of the game, that is. For the most part, the combat stays pretty uniform throughout the game. Your first few missions are generally easier, but eventually plateau. The only real variations in combat is during these boss battle segments. For instance, this Geth Colossus, or the Thresher Maw. Most of the time, though, you'll be battling various foot soldiers, which can seem a bit tedious at times, if I'm honest. And what is with this vaulting mechanic? I've been told if you double tap the spacebar, you can just vault right over shit, but no. Like, every time I want to jump over or onto something, I do this weird backspin bullshit thing. Slows up the gameplay. But perhaps that's too nitpicky. I do like the combat hub, though. Freezing the game during battle to make certain combat decisions is pretty sweet. Oh god, wait. Speaking of slowing up the gameplay, fucking hacking. I hate it. Get rid of it. It fucking sucks. Talk about slowing up the gameplay. Every time I hack something in this game, I just instantly lose my mojo, baby. Needless to say, I'm glad they got rid of it in Mass Effect 3. Perhaps I'll discuss that another time, but back to Mass Effect 2. The level design is probably my favorite aspect of this game. There are tons of different planets and places you'll be exploring and fighting in. I'm convinced the design of this game is what makes it so damn appealing. Yes, there are some maps that are a bit linear. But for the most part, in these battle zones, we'll call them, you have several different options to choose from. For example, the Geth Colossus part I mentioned before, you get to choose the high or the low ground. Speaking from experience, take the high ground.
You underestimate my power!
Looks like this guy needs some Rogaine. And a pine box. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can we all just stand here and appreciate this for a minute? That is just too funny. Garrus, what are you looking at? Nothing to see here. There's nothing weird happening here. So anyways, that pretty much sums up Mass Effect 2. It's a multifaceted experience where a player can have different experience every time. Likeable characters and great storytelling. Great level design, great boss battles, great butt shots. It's all anything I've ever wanted in a game. Mass Effect 2 is a game that will live long and prosper. Until the Reapers show up, of course. But until then,